Hey.
I just called you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear. My stream quit.
There's a ball in the middle of the road, so don't hit it.
I'm back. That was weird. The sorry about that. Man, no, it wasn't the Android. It was the friggin' StreamYard. I got a message and it was like StreamYard can't connect to YouTube. It could be a YouTube issue, is what it said. Could be a YouTube issue. And then no, could be. It said they couldn't connect to YouTube. It could be a YouTube issue. So then that stream would not work anymore. I watched all your comments forever. And then I tried to start a new stream, and then my camera wouldn't connect and my microphone wouldn't connect. My camera was black. I had to reset everything except for the computer. But where were we? Do you guys hear anything about number 4 or not? Yes or no? Number 4 or not? Did we hear anything at all? Man, that's a pain in the bitch. Nothing about number 4? Shit. All right, number 4. Number 4 is a lot like one of the recent ones that we talked about, but it will be surprising because some people will think, I already talked about this whole thing, so it seems weird. Number 4 is Valentine Distilling Co. Mayor Pingree Black Label 7-year. We already did the 13-year, but the 13-year wasn't the best one. The 13-year was 13-year. The 7-year was the monster. It was higher proof, and those who know. Dan and Sean have the inside scoop on it, but Justin from Valentine blended this with much older MGP bourbon, and then I think added just a scotch, a tiny bit of 7-year to the blend just to put a 7-year age statement on it as a joke or as like a ha-ha or something. But if you tasted Mayor Pingree Black Label 7-year, you would know that it is one of the best bourbons ever released ever. It is a monster. And that is all I have to say about that for the second time. Yeah, I'm on number 4, Jerry D. All right, let's move to number 3. We lost like 200 people in the chat with that. Damn. That's the way shit works. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Number 3 was a gifted whiskey for me before I did. Actually, number 3 and number 2 and number 1. Wow, all 3 of them. Gifted whiskeys. Go figure. Number 3, 2012 Old Forester birthday bourbon. The only birthday bourbon I've ever owned, and it was a gift. And it was insane to get it and to taste it and to enjoy it. Sent lots of samples of it away. 2012 birthday bourbon was a sample I received in 2020. So at that point, it was an 8-year-old birthday bourbon, like, a release from 8 years back. It was crazy. It was a really, really, really good Old Forester release, and I don't know how it compared to like the releases around that time, but I thought it was fantastic. And damn. Number 2 came. We're getting to number 1, Sean, son of a bitch. So number 2 is a gift from the same super generous gentleman. This was these 2 gifts, the Old Forester and this number 2, were gifts from the same guy who was incredibly generous. This was right before World Stop Whiskey Taster. This was a bottle I shared with lots of people, but it was Parker's Heritage Promise of Hope. Single barrels selected by Parker Beam from Heaven Hill. This bottle was nuts. And not nuts like Heaven Hill nuts, nuts like probably the best sub 100 proof bourbon I've ever tasted. Parker's Heritage Promise of Hope was not only promising, but super, super damn good. Of all the Parker's Heritage products I've ever tried, this was the best one I've ever tried and was the one I had a bottle of. Not because I was able to buy it, but because people are so damn nice that they gifted one to me. So Parker's Heritage Promise of Hope. If you know, you know. It's so ridiculous. I think the last sample, the last bit of that bottle went to Dan and Sean. We were in Utah and they drank the last bit of that bottle. Pretty sure. The cork break. My cork might have broken that actually. I think my Parker's Heritage cork did break as well. And I had to stick a different cork in it. Pretty sure. What's up, Damon? Thank you. Damon, I'm going to shoot you an email tomorrow morning about the advent calendars. Yeah, I feel like an adult, Matt. I feel like a friggin' super old adult. Number one is right here. I'll have a pour of it before I say goodnight. From Dan and Julie Lake, 2023 King of Kentucky, 16 year. This is a single barrel, 129.1 proof, is my number one bottle, the top bourbon of my top 40 bourbons that have ever graced America. My hands. And it's just a damn good barrel strength. Everything you could ever want in a bourbon is in this bottle. There's literally, I mean, could you find something better, like a Michter's 25 or a Michter's Celebration? Celebration's not even a freaking bourbon. Celebration's a Boo-Rye. But like a Michter's 25, or like Dan and Sean and those guys tried that new Weller thing. Weller friggin' millennial? Some sort of like millennial Weller or something. Something to do with the generation. But in my world where I live, on this side of that line, there is but one bourbon that reigns supreme, and that is King of Kentucky. Wow. Just bonkers. King of Kentucky, yeah, is the bourbon that you dream about. The one that is the level up in the bourbon game. I mean, you've tried BTAC, and you've tried all the barrel strength offerings that you think are like the hyped up ones. And you're like, well, I've tasted the best stuff. King of Kentucky is the next level. It's the step up. It's the next, it's like the upper echelon of Kentucky bourbon. It's ridiculous. And I love it. I love it. So suck on that. That was 40. Top 40 bourbons that I've ever owned. In two live streams. 2 live streams. Sheesh. Old Carter Bourbon Batch 5. I think Old Carter Bourbon Batch 5. Oh, Batch 5 is not... I've never owned a 5. I own a 6. 6 is Tennessee whiskey. 5 is the one that a lot of people said was goated. I think I've tasted it, but I've never owned one. Big Vic, happy birthday, man. Thank you, Big Vic. High five. Matt Decker says, great stream, enjoy, happy birthday. Thank you. I see through the whole list and no mention of America. It only won New World Top Whiskey Taster with notes of grass-stained Reeboks. That stuff is bad. America bourbon whiskey's bad. It's bad. Casey Case on top 40. Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the bourbon. That's right. This was fun. I had a good time. I didn't expect it to last 2.5 hours. That's what she said. But I just did. I'm going to call it an evening. I've got to go make sure my wife is happy. By happy, I mean I got to rub her feet and turn the humidifier on. That's it. Love you guys so much. I will see you on Friday for the Pours and Punches live stream. The watch party, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Man, I hope Jake Paul finally gets knocked out. Will it happen? No. But I'm okay with it as long as I'm watching with all of you. We can all cry together. See you on Friday. Videos before that. Wild Turkey's 70th anniversary, Jimmy Russell bottle, and Knob Creek 18 batch 3. Those will drop this week before Friday. Love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with me on my freaking birthday. You guys are the best, and I dig it. Good night, everyone. I'm out of here. Live stream number 2, out.